but don't embarrass him, lecturer instructed before exiting the room. As soon as he left, a figure appeared at the door. "Excuse me, is Ethan Drake here?" The sudden query drew everyone's attention. "Isn't that Mika Han, one of the three goddesses? Who's she asking for again?" "Ethan Drake, no way." "Mika, who are you looking for?" the student inquired. "I'm looking for Ethan Drake." Mika confirmed. "Dang, she's really looking for him." All eyes turned to Ethan, disbelief etched on their faces. Dozens of stares bore into him simultaneously. Forced to act, Ethan rose and exited the classroom. "Let's go," he directed Mika, leading the way as she followed behind. The classroom erupted in excitement as soon as they left. 3 days, and he's already won over Mika Han, one of Crestfall's goddesses? Didn't you see? Mika was following him like a puppy, treating Ethan like her master. "Pinch me. This can't be real. Careful. Gentle. Ouch. It's real." What was his ex's name again? The student pondered. "Jane Marlowe, I think. Mark stole Jane from Ethan, right? And Mark's one of Mika's protectors. Ethan's revenge game is on point. If you steal my girl, I'll date your goddess. This is some next-level counterattack. Mark's going to regret it." The three musketeers glanced at each other, nodding in unison. Ethan's a legend. Meanwhile, Anna watched with curiosity. As one of the three goddesses, Mika never seemed to settle with any rich kid, avoiding misunderstandings. Yet here she was, seeking Ethan. Could this mean Mika's final choice was Ethan? What was it about him that drew her in? Ethan's simplicity might be a facade. How intriguing. Little did Anna know, this was just the start of her entanglement with Ethan. Ethan led Mika to the campus park, relatively empty during lunch, save for a few wandering couples. "Micah, what brings you here?" Ethan inquired. "Can't I visit without needing help, Ethan?" Micah shot back. "You could have texted or called. Why come to my class?" Ethan questioned. "I'm helping you." "Don't underestimate my efforts," Mika retorted. "Oh, how exactly are you helping?" Ethan pressed. Mika paused, then explained. "Think about it. After what happened, every time you appear, people will gossip about how your girlfriend was taken and you passed out. But now, they'll speculate if we're together instead. Which scenario do you prefer?" Ethan pondered her words, realizing Mika had a point. "Thank you, Mika. No need to thank me." "I haven't thanked you for the gifts. Keeping Mark away and the free meals," Mika replied casually. "But aren't you worried about your reputation?" Ethan inquired. "It's fine." "I owe you." Mika shrugged. As they strolled the field, their interaction didn't go unnoticed. Rumors spread rapidly across campus, aided by social media and the Musketeers' posts. The prevailing tale? 3 days ago, Mark stole Jane from Ethan, leading to Ethan's collapse. Now, Ethan has won over Micah, Mark's long-pursued goddess. Initially doubted, the sight of Ethan and Mika together confirmed the rumor's truth for many. Wanting to part ways, Ethan remembered lunchtime and invited Mika to join him. She accepted, and they left campus together, witnessed by many, including Mark and Jane. Seeing them together, Mark fought the urge to confront them, knowing it would only embarrass him further. Feeling defeated, he returned to his dorm, his appetite gone, leaving Jane alone and forlorn. Observing Ethan and Mika, Jane was devastated, realizing her role in losing Ethan's love. Downgrading from princess to maid with Mark, she recognized Ethan's true value over their 4-year relationship. As tears welled, Jane accepted the reality. She had destroyed her own happiness. After their meal, Ethan rested in the chairman's office at Crystal Heights Hotel, while Mika stayed in a presidential suite without spending a cent, courtesy of Ethan's status. They returned to campus together during the afternoon class, sparking imaginations. As predicted by Mika, the campus's perception of Ethan shifted from disdain to envy as they strolled around. The afternoon flew by and Ethan found himself wandering the campus, noticing the change in how others looked at him. Returning to Crystal Heights Hotel, Ethan was greeted respectfully by attendants and the lobby manager, who treated him like family. Unaware, he caught the eye of Alexis Smith, a third-year student from the acting department at Crestfall Multimedia University, who had been waiting in the lounge. Despite her stunning looks and body, Alexis struggled to land acting roles. Due wife's wealth provided her with financial security, unlike many of her peers who would do anything to further their careers. Alexa once had a chance at a supporting role, but refused to submit to inappropriate advances from investors, leading to her being shut out by many directors. Now she received a promising offer but had to meet the director in person, hence her presence in the hotel lounge. Ethan's entrance caught her attention, sparking curiosity. Upon Ethan's arrival, 4 attendants greeted him with deep bows, their expressions exuding profound respect. Despite Alexa's distance, she couldn't catch their words, but observed their deference. Soon, even the lobby manager hurried to offer his respects to Ethan. As Alexa waited in the lounge, a steady stream of people flowed in and out of the hotel, yet none received the same reverential treatment from the attendants. Pondering over Ethan's reception, Alexa speculated about his background. Perhaps he held a prestigious lineage, or was connected to the hotel's ownership. However, such musings were merely idle curiosity. Her primary focus remained on awaiting a call. After an hour elapsed, finally, Alexa's phone broke the silence. "Director Peters, it's Alexa Smith. Where should I find you? I'm already at the hotel," Alexa inquired upon answering. "Miss Smith, my apologies for the delay. Please come to room 151 promptly. I'll be awaiting your arrival," Director Peters' voice responded. Curious about the need for privacy, Alexa questioned, "Director Peters, can't we discuss matters out here?" "Miss Smith, the topics at hand involve sensitive trade secrets. Disclosure could jeopardize investor confidence," Director Peters explained. Undeterred, Alexa countered, "Even in a private room, our conversation would remain confidential. There's no need to risk exposure. Miss Smith, this film boasts a $100 million investment. The role we're considering for you is pivotal. I've invested considerable effort in securing it for you. Please seize this opportunity. If you decline, I'll have to pursue other options," Director Peters urged. Unmoved by the pressure, Alexa decisively concluded, "Then pursue other options. Goodbye," before terminating the call. The audacity. Alexa was no novice. She understood the industry's workings. With dusk settling in, venturing into that room could spell danger. With a determined click, Alexa pocketed her belongings and exited the hotel. Summoning a ride, she returned to campus, trading her integrity for a supporting role? Preposterous. Meanwhile, on the 15th floor of the Crystal Heights Hotel, inside the opulent presidential suite, priced at a staggering $66,666 per night, Simon Peters stood alongside a middle-aged man and a young woman dressed as a secretary. Simon's countenance darkened with fury as Alexa's rejection echoed in his ears. "How dare she refuse you, Director Peters? With your stature in the industry, one would think she'd jump at the opportunity," remarked the well-fed, middle-aged man. At that moment, Simon seethed silently within himself. These repulsive capitalists, always exerting their dominance for their own gain. To make matters worse, Hector had the audacity to approach a third-year student, still immersed in academia and lacking any prior film experience, to play the lead role in a movie backed by a staggering $100 million investment. He even propositioned an A-list celebrity for a supporting role. If news of this leaked, he'd undoubtedly face the wrath of Marie's devoted fans. If the girl proved her mettle, perhaps it'd salvage the situation, her talent skyrocketing overnight. Yet, if she faltered, the entire film would crumble. In such a scenario, investors would suffer losses and criticisms would abound. Ultimately, Simon would shoulder the blame. Despite damning Hector in his thoughts, he maintained a servile grin, assuring, "Fear not, Mr. Valdez. I shall devise a solution." In this era, anyone with wealth held sway. Despite his industry renown, Simon hadn't attained the status to rebuff these capitalists. That privilege was reserved for elite directors, who merely needed to hint at a project to draw A-listers and funding. Capitalists flocked to them, eager for a share in the profits and the ensuing prestige. Such was the capitalist way. Profit earned respect. Simon aspired to this echelon, even in his dreams. The following afternoon, Justin informed Ethan of the blind date's locale, the Crystal Heights Hotel, stressing punctuality. Ethan instructed Kendall to treat him as an ordinary guest, keeping the meeting discreet. post-afternoon lectures, Ethan awaited in the chairman's office at the hotel. His comrades, the Musketeers, readied themselves. Meanwhile, Alexa revisited the hotel, not for director meetings, but to attend a dinner hosted by her roommate, Madonna Johnson's new beau. The quartet lingered at the hotel's entrance, anticipating Justin's arrival. "Mad, is your boyfriend really treating us here? It was just banter yesterday." "Let's pick another spot," Eliza queried. The previous day, they casually mentioned dining at the Crystal Heights Hotel, unaware he'd take them up on the offer. "Liz, relax. Trust me. He's not worth it if he can't afford this," Madonna reassured. "Mad, your beau sounds promising. He must hail from wealth. I'm envious. Ask if he has single, wealthy friends," Rosalie chimed in. "Tonight he's bringing along some roommates too. Perhaps you'll find someone appealing," Madonna offered. "Are they as affluent as him, or are they penniless?" Rosalie probed. "I have no clue." "Stop fantasizing about rich partners, Rosie. Potential matters too," Alexa interjected. "Alexa, we're not all like you. Your family's loaded. If the world becomes too much, you can rely on your inheritance." "We can't compare," Rosalie retorted. "Indeed, for us, finding a wealthy partner is the optimal outcome. Who knows the struggles one might face to attain stardom?" "It might end in ruin," Alexa lamented. "Don't be so pessimistic." "I'm not. Without connections, we might resort to winning, dining, or worse for a role. Fame might elude us despite the sacrifices. I'd rather find a rich spouse and live in peace," Alexa conceded. Alexa couldn't refute Rosalie's truth. If she lacked her parents' backing, she wouldn't fare any better than the rest. Shortly after their chat, Justin chauffeured two of the Musketeers in his BMW X7. In the vehicle, "They're all here. See those four over yonder?" Justin pointed. "Impressive. They outshine any girls on our campus. Indeed, they're from the acting department, destined for stardom. Among us, only Anna stands a chance against them. Especially the tallest one. She rivals Anna, truly divine." Justin honked as he parked. "My beau's arrived. Let's greet them." Spotting Justin's car, Madonna led her roommates over. After they disembarked, introductions ensued and they headed into Crystal Heights Hotel. Guided by an attendant, they reached the reserved private room. Once seated, Justin dialed Ethan's number. "Ethan, where are you?" "We're in private room 46. Hurry up," Justin urged. "On my way," Ethan responded. "Apologies, I was tied up." Ethan apologized upon arrival. As they dined, compliments abounded from those unfamiliar with the venue. They ordered standard fare, unlike Ethan, who was accustomed to premium dishes. Alexa found Ethan vaguely familiar, recalling the staff's deference toward him. A chance encounter, considering her prior belief they'd never intersect. Though curious about Ethan's status, she refrained from asking. After dinner, Justin proposed karaoke, which was met with approval. As patrons of an upscale establishment, perks awaited. Yet, when settling the bill, they were informed of a complimentary meal due to an ongoing event, with all activities covered. Delighted, they joked about Justin footing the bill again, which he accepted gladly. Meanwhile, Ethan remained taciturn. Alexa sensed something amiss. Freebies in such establishments were unheard of. While suspecting Ethan's stature, she opted against revealing her suspicions, respecting his silence. Under the guidance of the attendant, the group arrived at the karaoke room. Upon entering the room, they relaxed and let loose. In the subdued lighting, and with some alcohol in their systems, Justin and Madonna gravitated to a corner, openly displaying their affection for each other. This sudden public display of intimacy surprised everyone present. Nevertheless, they quickly embraced the mood and began enjoying themselves. While the three lovely girls sang, Ethan, along with the other two companions, occupied themselves with their phones. Sitting on the sofa, Ethan felt a twinge of boredom, but resisted the temptation to join in their antics. Instead, he contented himself with listening to the melodious voices of the girls. He had to admit, despite being in the acting department, their singing voices were impressive. Time seemed to stretch on. As fatigue set in, the beauties decided it was time for a break. Taking hold of the microphone, Justin addressed the room. "A big thank you to these three beauties for joining us tonight." He then gestured toward Ethan, adding, "Meet my friend Ethan. He's currently unattached." So if any of you are also single and interested, feel free to exchange contact information with him. You never know, sparks might fly. One thing's for sure, he's fiercely loyal to his partner. Caught off guard by Justin's words, Ethan couldn't help but wonder, is he praising me or poking fun at me? He was indeed loyal. So loyal, in fact, that he'd feel utterly devastated if ever betrayed in a relationship. To the uninformed, Justin's words might sound complimentary, but those in the know would see the humor in them. Justin must have had one too many drinks tonight. Justin awaited the response from the girls. Madonna had informed him earlier that the trio were unattached, hence his matchmaking attempt. Even so, Ethan might not stand a chance with Alexa, the tallest among them. If even a smooth operator like Justin struggled with wooing her, what hope did Ethan have? Yet, Ethan might fare better with the other two. Moreover, Ethan seemed to have undergone some changes lately. He appeared more robust, with a newfound confidence replacing his previous timidity, especially in comparison to his demeanor around Jane. In short, he now exuded a more appealing aura. As Rosalie and Eliza remained silent in response to Justin's remarks, someone else spoke up. Alexa's curiosity was piqued by Ethan. There was a wealthy individual masquerading as a commoner, and he was doing it rather convincingly. Even his roommates hadn't caught on. Alexa wanted to shake her roommates out of their delusion. The rich catch you've been yearning for is right here, pretending to be ordinary. Can't you see? She was eager to witness their reactions. Would they be incredulous? Regretful? For those whose sole aspiration was to snag a wealthy partner, this revelation might be a bitter pill to swallow. Fine, if you don't want him, I'll take the plunge. With resolve, Alexa rose from her seat and approached Ethan. Extending her hand, she introduced herself. Hi Ethan, I'm Alexa. I'm a third-year student in the acting department at Crestfall Multimedia University. It's a pleasure to meet you. Let's be friends and get to know each other better. Her words hung in the air, silencing the room. Justin nearly fumbled with the microphone. Could a goddess like Alexa truly be interested in Ethan? It seemed too improbable to be true. The three companions suddenly recalled that goddess Mika had sought out Ethan the previous afternoon. Did Ethan possess some mystical allure that attracted goddesses? The first encounter could be dismissed as a coincidence, but this, it hinted at something more extraordinary. What about the subsequent encounters? Would they keep multiplying? Damn. Did his fortunes truly soar after his heartbreak? At this juncture, Ethan found himself equally astonished. Ever since acquiring the system, his encounters with women had taken a remarkably fortunate turn. First Kendall, then Mika, and now Alexa. All of them exuded a goddess-like allure. Which path should I tread? Choices are for children. I want them all. Ethan swiftly regained his composure. Standing up, he addressed Alexa. Hello, Alexa. A pleasure to meet you too. They exchanged brief handshakes before swapping phone numbers and Instagram handles. Just then, the room's door swung open. They anticipated the attendant's arrival, but to their surprise, it was a short, plump, middle-aged man who entered first. Behind him trailed Simon, the director who had met Alexa the day prior. Simon and Hector, accompanied by two other investors, had spotted Alexa and her companions earlier. Upon settling the investors, they followed Alexa to her private room. Once inside, Simon initiated introductions. Greetings, everyone. I'm Simon Peters. He proceeded to introduce the middle-aged man beside him. This is Mr. Valdez from Starlight Entertainment. We're here today to acquaint ourselves with you all. You're students from Crestfall Multimedia University, correct? Mr. Valdez and I are in River City, scouting for talent for our upcoming film with a budget exceeding $100 million. Care to join us for a drink? As Simon finished, Hector stepped forward eagerly toward Alexa. You must be Alexa. I'm Hector Valdez from Starlight Entertainment. Delighted to meet you. Your elegance suggests you'd be perfect for the leading lady role in our latest film venture. Hector's eyes gleamed as he appraised Alexa before him. Her beauty and grace captivated him. Moreover, her towering stature over him piqued his interest. He had a penchant for taller women. Finding it imbued him with a sense of dominance. He was determined to win her over. I'm sorry, Mr. Valdez. I'm not interested in your movie, Alexa responded calmly. Observing Simon and Hector's unexpected arrival, Alexa deduced that Simon's previous invitation was likely a ploy to introduce her to Hector. Disgust flickered across Alexa's face as she scrutinized Hector's corpulent frame. She'd sooner face death than accompany such a man. The prospect of a lead role didn't sway her either. Miss Smith, perhaps you're unaware of our hefty $100 million investment in this project? There may even be further funding down the line. Not to mention, we've secured Marie Kent, a popular celebrity, as the supporting lead. Accepting this role would catapult you to stardom overnight, Hector persisted, attempting to entice her. Alexa remained unmoved by his words. However, Eliza, Rosalie, and Madonna beside her felt a stirring of ambition. The lead role, co-starring with Marie Kent, it promised instant fame. Who wouldn't covet fame after pursuing studies in the acting department? Who wouldn't aspire to stardom? It just hadn't been within their reach. I'm sorry, Mr. Valdez, but I'm truly not interested, Alexa reiterated firmly. Mr. Valdez, I'm interested. Mr. Balzit, count me in too. Eliza and Rosalie hurried forward to express their interest. However, mindful of Justin's presence as Madonna's boyfriend, she refrained from joining them. After overcoming numerous trials, she had finally secured a wealthy partner and wasn't about to jeopardize it. Hector dismissed Eliza's and Rosalie's eagerness. He had encountered many women like them before. He signaled to Simon to intervene on his behalf, but Alexa preempted any further discussion. Turning to Madonna, she stated, "Ma'am, I have something to attend to. I'll take my leave. Enjoy yourselves." Then, to Ethan, she asked, "Ethan, could you drive me?" "Of course," Ethan responded eagerly. He had been eager to leave and now had a convenient excuse to do so. After bidding farewell, Mr. Valdez, the girl, is still inexperienced and unaware of industry norms. Moreover, her family likely has means of dissuading her from pursuing this path, Simon explained. An innocent, you say? Intriguing. Such girls are my preference. Could you arrange an introduction? I'm willing to invest an additional $20 million, declared Hector Valdez eagerly. Mr. Valdez, that may prove challenging. She's resolute in her decision, Simon admitted with resignation. Why not cast her as the lead? I'd relish seeing her resist temptation, Hector proposed, undeterred. But the lead role has already been promised to Marie Kent. Altering this arrangement might incur her displeasure, Simon cautioned. We're yet to sign a contract. Flexibility is key. Who cares if she's unhappy? Hector dismissed the concern. I'll do what I can, Simone acquiesced, recognizing the gravity of Hector's investment. Ethan and Alexa departed, leaving Hector with...
In a world of empty fridges, a hero emerges. McDelivery on the McDonald's app. Now get all your faves with a $0 delivery fee. So when hunger hits, will you strike back? McDelivery on the McDonald's app. Now on a phone near you. $0 delivery fee. 11% service fee and $2 small order fee on orders under $12 before taxes and fees. At participating McDonald's in Canada on McDelivery orders placed using the McDonald's app. App download and registration required. Taxes still apply.
Sour expression. It had been a while since Hector had encountered such a defiant woman since becoming the manager at Starlight Entertainment. Helpless against women uninterested in showbiz and stubborn to boot, Hector seethed inwardly. Seizing the opportunity, Eliza and Rosalie cozied up to Hector, toasting their shared ambition of securing the coveted role. Meanwhile, Justin, one of the three musketeers, remained aloof, pursuing his own agenda. The other two, however, began ingratiating themselves with Simon, recognizing his influence as a renowned director, which held sway even over Finn and his cohorts. Thus, each person was imbued with different motives in mind. Meanwhile, Ethan and Alexa entered the elevator, bound for the first floor. As they descended, Alexa suddenly asked, Ethan, does this hotel belong to your family? What? Ethan was caught off guard. Don't try to evade the truth. I sense a deep connection between you and this hotel, Alexa pressed. I'm not hiding anything, and I have no idea what you're insinuating, Ethan retorted. Ethan, the hotel wouldn't offer free dinners due to an event, especially when each meal costs over $100,000. It's excessive. A discount would suffice, Alexa reasoned. What does that have to do with me? Ethan feigned innocence. Ethan, it's futile to deny it. A woman's intuition is rarely wrong. You must be behind the complimentary dinners, a privilege reserved for VIPs. Let's wait for Madonna and the others. We'll see who wields such authority here, Alexa asserted confidently. Impressed by Alexa's perceptiveness, Ethan couldn't help but admire her intellect. If only she were a detective, her talents wouldn't go to waste. Unwilling to deceive further, Ethan conceded, "Fine. Alexa, you're right. I arranged the free dinners. What's your connection to the hotel?" Alexa inquired curiously upon Ethan's admission. "As you suspected, my family owns this hotel. So, you're the young master?" "I suppose so." "Impressive. Ethan, I had no idea you were filthy rich." "Alexa, you're impressive too, rejecting the directors' and investors' offers for the lead role. I'm nowhere near as impressive as a filthy rich kid like you." Engaged in conversation, they exited the hotel. "Alexa, need a ride home?" Ethan offered as they reached the entrance. "Of course. Do I look like I'd hail a cab?" Alexa replied matter-of-factly. "Fair point." Ethan shrugged and summoned his Benz G-Class. He then chauffeured Alexa back to Crestfall Multimedia University. After dropping off Alexa, Ethan returned to Crestfall International Residence. Kendall had already retired for the night, assuming Kendall must be exhausted from the recent hotel handover. Ethan took a shower and settled into bed. After a while, he powered up his laptop and logged into whale streaming. Neither Mika nor his cousin Lily was streaming. Perusing various streams, Ethan's level, a staggering 100, commanded attention. Any player above level 1000 is deemed a king. Casually selecting a game stream, a 5-clawed golden lion materialized on the screen, followed by 4 golden words. "The king has arrived." Shh! Instantly, the stream erupted. "Wow, it's the legendary Meister Wright." "Greetings, Mr. Wright." "Welcome, Mr. Wright. We're honored by your presence. Please bless us with your wisdom." The streamer, playing Special Force, was a charming girl named Jasmine. Spotting Ethan, a king of level 1000 and above, she retreated to a corner. Then, with a delicate gesture, she raised her pinkies and, with a slight bow, murmured, "Welcome to my stream, Mr. Wright. It's an honor to have you here." As a high-profile guest, she was determined to entertain him. Ethan responded promptly. "Jasmine, play your best. If you win, I'll gift you 66 Super Rocket in celebration." Jasmine's astonishment was palpable. Winning now would far surpass any other time. She resumed the game, expressing gratitude for Ethan's support. Viewers flooded the chat with praise. "Mr. Wright, you're the greatest. You're incredible, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, you're unparalleled. Your generosity knows no bounds." Jasmine, focused on the game, navigated with caution. Though skilled, her nerves betrayed her fear of failure. Surviving until the final 3, Jasmine breathed a sigh of relief. Victory seemed within grasp. Suddenly, a grenade landed nearby, triggering her demise before she could react. At that moment, Jasmine harbored thoughts of vengeance. The coveted gift of over $1 million had slipped through her fingers. She sat frozen before her computer, speechless. Sympathy poured from the viewers. Undeterred, Ethan extended another invitation. "Jasmine, care for a game with me?" Jasmine snapped out of her daze, eager to comply. "Absolutely. Where are you, Mr. Wright? I'll join you." Ethan initiated the game, and the duo embarked on a new round. Amidst valleys and weapon scavenging, Jasmine played a supportive role, offering Ethan the best weapon. Grateful, Ethan accepted her assistance. Though inexperienced, their luck held, encountering minimal opposition. Eventually, they reached the pinnacle, securing victory. It marked Ethan's first win, which was met with unexpected acclaim from the audience. No one dared to criticize such a prominent figure. If he lavished millions on streams, what kind of person could he be in real life? Buoyed by success, Ethan showered Jasmine with super rockets, just as the audience thought it was over. Finally, the stars' tally halted at 1,314, a gift exceeding 2 million. Whale streaming proclaimed its most lavish gaming companion yet. Following Ethan on Instagram, Jasmine welcomed future gaming sessions at his leisure. As the next month approached, the impending holiday meant that there would be no break for the weekend. The Labor Day talent show was scheduled just before the break. Ethan continued attending classes as usual. With time, the buzz around Ethan's incident gradually faded, yet he had become a somewhat famous figure in the university. The transition of ownership for the Crystal Heights Hotel was finalized, making Ethan its official owner. Moreover, he successfully utilized $18 billion and acquired 180 luxury points. After enhancing his body and mind to 50 points with 40 luxury points, Ethan halted further upgrades. He deemed the difference between 45 and 50 points negligible. At the 50-point mark, his physical and mental attributes now fell into the pretty strong category. Ethan chose not to allocate the remaining 140 points immediately, preferring to keep them for potential future skill upgrades. One day before Labor Day. With no afternoon class, Ethan rested in his dormitory in preparation for the talent show later that night. The Crestfall Multimedia University holidays had commenced, prompting those living nearby to start departing. In the dormitory, Alexa began packing for her journey home. Her phone suddenly rang, and seeing her mother's name on the screen, she quickly answered. However, after the call ended, Alexa was shocked. Her mother had advised her not to return home for the time being. Furthermore, she had transferred $100,000 to Alexa and urged her to spend it sparingly. Sensing something amiss, Alexa questions her mother further, eventually learning the heartbreaking truth. Their family business had failed, plunging them into debt. Debtors were monitoring their home, making it unsafe for Alexa to return. Consequently, her family sought refuge at her grandparents' house. Her father, in particular, had stopped eating and drinking for 2 days, refusing to heed anyone's advice. In Alexa's eyes, her father was her world, and now that world had crumbled. She couldn't comprehend how their family, with years of successful business, had suddenly faced bankruptcy. She decided to return home immediately to ascertain the situation, fearing she might not see her parents again if she delayed. After swiftly packing, Alexa rushed home. Her home in Goat City was not far from River City. She could reach there by train in about half an hour or by car in 2 to 3 hours. By the time she arrived at her grandparents' house, evening was approaching. Alexa composed herself and knocked on the door. No response. She knocked again, but still, there was no answer. Could it be? No, it can't be. Alexa's heart raced as she hurriedly called her mother. The call connected. Mom, I'm back, and I'm outside Grandma's house. Open the door. Alexa's voice trembled with anxiety. Alexa, are you back? Didn't I tell you not to come back? Alexa heard her mother's voice on the phone, and a wave of relief washed over her. Despite sounding exhausted, her mother was alive. Finally, the door opened. Upon seeing her mother, Alexa couldn't hold back her tears. She embraced her mother, crying uncontrollably. After their tearful reunion, they enter the house. Finding no one else there, Alexa inquired, Mom, what happened? Where's Dad? Where are Grandpa and Grandma? Where's my sister? Your uncle came and took your grandparents and sister. Your father locked himself in the room and hasn't come out. Alexa, please talk to your father. He hasn't eaten in 2 days. His health is deteriorating, her mother replied, concerned. Entering the room, Alexa saw a man, her father, sitting there smoking. She couldn't reconcile this image of a man with almost entirely white hair to the spirited man he once was. Dad, Alexa called out, tears streaming down her face. There was no response. Her father remained immersed in his thoughts, smoking one cigarette after another. Mom, what happened? How did Dad become like this? Alexa turned to her mother for answers. Sighing, her mother explained, your father was deceived. His business partner embezzled all the company's funds and fled the country. Since your father was the legal owner, he is liable for all the loans and debts. Apart from the banks, there are debts to loan sharks as well. Unable to cope, his hair turned white overnight. He's been sitting here for 2 days. Why? How did this happen? Everything was fine before. How did it all fall apart so suddenly? Alexa collapsed, tears flowing freely. Just a few months ago, before she left, her family was happy and prosperous. Her father was full of vigor, and her mother, the